And it's go time for part 2 of today's Local 6 Legal Line, visiting out with Joe Roark of the Bryant Law Center, Paducah and Louisville, answering your questions at 1-888-208-6946. And talking between the break, he said, I'll answer pretty much anything. So here we go. We have a question that says, if a couple is married and one of the parents of the married couple dies, does inheritance money go to only one person or both married people?
Okay, well, an inheritance like that will be governed by the terms that granted the money, and so if the parent of the one partner to the marriage left it to both of you, it goes to both of you. If it was left only to their child, it only goes to them. In the context of a divorce, where this comes up a great deal, if someone receives an inheritance and they don't intermingle it or keep it in with everybody else, or don't commingle it with the rest of the money from the family, then that person will be awarded that inheritance after the fact. But as long as you all are a married couple, it's sort of up to you to decide what to do with it. But it would be specifically governed by the terms of the person who left the money.
We have a question from Kevin and somewhat of a statement, and he says, I had a wreck last month and now the insurance adjuster is asking me what it would take to settle the case. I'm not sure what to tell him at this point, and I'm thinking he probably needs to consult an attorney.
Yeah, that's always the question, is what's it going to take to settle the case and what's an appropriate outcome for your particular situation. And there's so many things that go into it. You know, if there's property damage to your vehicle or other property, then you need to consider that. If there are potential medical costs for any injuries that you sustained, you need to consider that. And so the best way to figure out what is the best answer and what is an appropriate resolution of the case is contact an attorney who handles personal injury cases. Certainly at our office, you call us. We're happy to take any questions, and there's no charge unless we represent you and appropriately settle your case. But as with so many things in life, if you don't do this all the time, you wouldn't know maybe what an appropriate outcome is. And so it's always good to ask people who do it all the time and can give you kind of a ballpark about what a good resolution might be.
Halfway gone in this segment, and a question from someone who says, my son let his girlfriend borrow his car. She was in a pretty bad accident, hurt several people, and our question is our insurance liable for this accident?
Your insurance covers the vehicle in addition to the drivers, and so probably. And so I would say that there is at least a reasonable chance that if there are injuries and lawsuits stemming from that you will be named in it. Whether or not you ultimately have any responsibility may come down to, you know, did you know or have any reason to believe that she was a dangerous or inappropriate driver? But that's a pretty complex one, and so just be careful who you lend your car to, because it is a large item that can cause injuries and damage to people, and you certainly have to keep it insured. And so there may be a cost, to you from doing so, but just keep that in mind as you go forward.
Got about a minute left, and someone wants to know, is there a lawyer in the Paducah area you could recommend, as I want to go up against Child Protective Services? And that's all we have to go on there.
Sure. Okay. Well, any family attorney that practices regularly in family court here in McCracken County that has some experience in dealing with the cabinet and Child Protective Services, social services, various names that they go by, might be able to give you a good assessment of it. And whether or not you want to, you know, go up against them is the most effective way to accomplish your goals really depends on your circumstances. So you certainly want someone who's going to be a vigorous advocate for your position and to make sure that your rights are being protected and that your children's interests are being protected as well. And so obviously we handle that at the Bryant Law Center. I'm happy to talk with you because I primarily do the family law there, and I've had lots of cases that are in emergency custody situations that involve the cabinet. But just get yourself a good family lawyer and make sure they've had a lot of experience in that particular field of law.
Joe Roark, our guest today on part 2 of Local 6 Legal Line. We visited with Austin Kennedy first, and we've been talking personal injury. If you would like to review either one of these segments, you're welcome to do so. Give us a little bit of time. We'll have them posted online under the Legal Line icon under Bryant Law Center at WPSD Local6.com.